Psalms 118 and 24 says, accidentally given him a quarter too much change. He said to himself, you better give this quarter back. You know, it would be wrong to keep this. And it's just the right thing to do. And then he thought, oh, forget it. It's only a quarter. Who would be worried about something so small? Just a small amount. Anyway, the bus company gets too much fare anyway. Just accept it as a gift from God and keep quiet. Well, once he got to his stop, he waited at the front of the bus, and then he handed the quarter back to the driver, and he says, here, you gave me a quarter too much change. The driver smiled, and he replied, aren't you the new preacher in town? He says, yes, I am. He said, well, I've been thinking a lot lately about somewhere to go and worship. And I just wanted to see what you would do if I gave you too much change. I'll see you at church on Sunday. When the preacher stepped off the bus, he literally grabbed the nearest light pole and said, oh God, I almost sold your son for a quarter. Unfortunately, our lives are sometimes the only Bible that people get the opportunity to read. This is a scary reality, but this example is how people watch us as Christians, and they'll put us to the test. We always need to be on guard and always remember that the name of Christ that we carry on our shoulders is a significant one. We need to watch our thoughts. They become our words. We need to watch our words. They become our actions. We need to watch our actions. They become our habits. We need to watch our habits. They become our character. And we need to watch our character. It becomes our destiny. Unfortunately for the visible church and in general, too many Christians have had the spiritual security of these blessings and these promises that we have through the gospel, but have too little sense of the responsibility of conforming to biblical standards and obeying his commands. As such, in our text this morning, Paul has set forth for his readers to understand the position of all of these blessings and all of these honor and privileges that we have as being a child of God. The first 3 chapters of Ephesians, it deals with and set forth to believers the identity of what we have in Christ. And then the last 3 chapters deals with the practical responses that we have to live through it. So in Ephesians chapter 1, verses 1 through 6, Paul appeals to his believers to walk worthy in a high position in Christ Jesus. And describing this walk, he calls us to do 2 things that we're going to deal with this morning. Number 1, it is our call. Our call. Number 2, it is the characteristics of that call. And then later in some other time, we'll deal with the cause of that call. In order for believers to walk worthy of our calling, we must first understand